Hello everybody and welcome back to the second episode of Wind Me Down. So happy to have you here. It is another Wednesday. We are midweek. Let's just get right into this episode and unload all the baggage we have obtained since the last time we checked in. This week's wine, we are trying Luna de Luna. I think I pronounced that correctly. I don't know. If I didn't, put it in the comments. It's a Pinot Grigio, which is like some type of like whitish clear wine. I'm not a wine expert, okay? I'm just trying them. I've never tried this before. It was $10. We're gonna see. I've actually never tried this brand before either. So I usually just go for like a white Moscato. Is that what it is? Yeah, let's get into this. I don't know if it's because I like recently brushed my teeth. Maybe that's it. It's not bad, I mean, it's kind of watery down, I feel like, in a way. I'm not sure how I feel about this, but if you have tried this before, let me know down below. And what your opinion is on it. I'm kind of unsure how I feel about it. I'm gonna like take more sips throughout my speech and see how I start to feel about it. Maybe I'll warm up to it. Maybe I just need to get this like mint taste out of my mouth. But we'll see. Alright people, the first thing I like really need to get into that's been really weighing me down, that has really been harshing my mellow vibe, is this comment that my friend said. And I'm gonna just call her out. I'm gonna just say her name right here, right now. She's gonna know who it is. Allison, it's you. You said this horrible, horrible comment, and it has just sat with me all week. And I no shade to James Charles at all whatsoever. But he released his cover of Driver's License, okay? My friend just had the audacity to say that his vocal chops are just so much better than mine. And you know what? I took it such to heart, and I've just been really affected by it. I just feel like she just was not letting me like reach my full ability and like really prove to her that I have the vocal chops. And I guess I just have to take this moment right now to kind of prove it to all of you. So, made me do it. You made me do it. You made me do it. I don't want them to make me sing. Why are you making me sing? This is, you asked for it, Allison. You asked for it. Alright, so now that has been taken care of, and clearly my point has been made. You know, sometimes mistakes are the best blessing, because this is literally one of the comfiest things I now own. Am I not the epitome of comfort right now? And when I don't want to deal with people in the real world, I just kind of... And now you are invisible to the entire world. I will let you know where you can get one of these, but I don't know where you can get one of them, so find it out yourself, you freak. Also, since the last time we talked, Driver's License was released, right? But now, the girl that I was kind of directed to has rebutted and released her own song. I just think that everyone that has listened to that song is dealing with this drama, and this is just so ridiculous drama, but I mean, we haven't had something like this since... So I guess this wine makes you kind of burpy. We haven't had this kind of drama since Aaron Carter, Hillary Duff, and Lindsay Lohan, okay? I'm just really basking in this childish, so mundane, so just like not that serious issue, because everything else in the world is so serious and annoying. Even the Kardashians are serious and annoying, and I'm over that. So this is just so lighthearted almost, like in a more vicious kind of way. I'm here to represent for Sabrina Carpenter because I just think that people may think that her song is an attack, and I just feel like people need to realize that she is also someone who, like, she didn't know that girl like that, like, supposedly, so like, what does she owe her? And she's kind of been put in a bad light already. I like the song. People don't like the song, but I think it's a catchy little doo-wop, and It is a good beat and I enjoy it. So this is just so random, but I've recently been in like this crazy Britney Spears like craze of like finding out all this information on her life. I don't know if I addressed this last week, but like I just been really like looking into all this sick shit about her conservatorship, and it makes no sense that this girl has been under it since 2007. And then someone just sent me recently that I guess like New York Times or something like that, one of those things are doing like a whole documentary on it, but I want to know how they got clearance for that, because it already like advertised it as like everything being so sketchy, like this whole Free Britney thing is like super legitimate then, but there are also the courts aren't letting her out of this, and like it's just like if all the facts are there and enough to show light in this documentary, how has the court not opened their eyes and realized that something is messed up here? You've been run since 2007 when you had your meltdown. And to be honest, if we were all stars in the place we're all in now, I know we've all had that kind of 2007 meltdown. I've shaved my head so many times. I'm just thinking we needed to give her a break a long time ago, because think about it, she released like 3-4 other albums since that time. And they were good. She literally, her kids have grown up, they're like literally teenagers now. So how is she the same person, and why should she still be under that control? And think about it, if you're doing everything in your power to be good again, and none of it's making a difference to anything, there's no like change, even though you've done so much better, like, and it's not like she killed anybody, okay? She just had a mental break, which would happen under a lot of pressure. Wouldn't that start to make you go crazy again? Because it's almost like you're trapped. There's no way out, no matter how much you can finesse, how much you can be better, how much you can work on it, how much you can change. No matter what, everyone's gonna still make you believe you're crazy because it's their game. It's not Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes clearly still crazy, okay? Like, Britney has got it way together. Also, something that's been like super like weighing on my mind, because someone like just randomly hit me up on one of my stories, someone I haven't like talked to in a while. But and like just was like talking to me like so casual, and it was casual, because why would it not be casual, right? But I just feel like I've had like other friends that have like had this notion of like, you know, time goes on and like, you know, we grow apart, and that's fine, and like I totally get that, and that totally makes sense for back in the day when like they didn't have technology to like still like keep up with each other like we do now. And I just feel like as long as you want to make the effort, or as long as you just feel a connect and want to be present in somehow, some form, whether it's now, here, or never, like, you can always be in touch. You can always, there's no reason to fall out of touch. There's no reason to, like, I don't know, lose something that you built for a while. It's nice when, like, people that you don't need to, like, talk to all the time and, like, whatever, like, do hit you up, and, like, you're just like, oh, like, hey, like, whatever. It wasn't, like, this, like, you know, big issue. You know, it's just, like, everyone's doing their own thing, we can all do our own thing, and like, but we can all talk and catch up, and or like hit up and like, you know, like acknowledge the fact that we're growing. So no matter how much we grow, people can still find interest in each other that bringing each other back. So like, everyone still sees each other, everyone still know, everything's still on here, that, and the other. So it's like everyone's still connected in some way. It's still like, you're showing parts of your life, so people are feeling like they're living parts of your life, especially when they know you for so long. I don't know, so there's no reason to have that notion of like, you know, we were friends in high school and like stuff like that, because like, yeah, that can be totally fine. No one needs to be the same way they are now. But I just feel like that seems like such an old saying, just because think of when it was said, like the best way to connect was sending a letter. Like, we have it way easier now, so it should be way harder to lose touch. Just like say, oh hey, like that's cool too, like, you know, just like comment, or like just like whatever, like you don't need to be a big presence in their life. I'm just saying. But it's like, I guess must have been around somebody, and it was like, must have been a female friend, one of my female friends. What I wrote down was basically to like explain that like, I feel like every guy should really have like more female friends, like, because like sometimes you're around them and they just like, they can spark just a funner side of you. When you're around people with energy, and there's the dominant energy, you know, like I feel like if everyone around you is really negative, that's like a dominant energy. How is your like, you're eventually going to start acting that way, because there's nothing you can work off of. I just feel like it's nice to be around like females sometimes, because they have just such, I don't know, like just a different personality. It's nice to also feel that kind of joy and like kid-like fun. Like, I don't know, like a lot of them bring out like this sometimes like this joyful side of me, like this just like stupid, more giddy side that I may not always be when I'm around other people. And I really enjoy that. So I just think everyone else, other guys should really try to have a bigger circle of women in their life. Maybe not your mom or anything like that, because anyways, so I just kind of want to mention this Netflix thing. So this Netflix show Fate, which is like based off of like the Winx Club cartoon, which I don't know if anyone's watched that. Maybe you haven't, maybe you have. It was like on Nickelodeon at one point or another. This is more of like darker representation. I ended up watching it, like I put on an episode thinking like, you know, I'm gonna watch an episode to see how this really is, and then it kind of like it like ended at a point where like you needed to, you might as well like just keep watching it because it's not fully like gotten like crazy, but like it stopped at a point where you were about to find out a piece of information, and that's what I really enjoyed about it. It was like you kept like a backstory that you were trying to find out and figure out, and you did at the end, which set up the second season for everything that you probably, if you knew the original series and everything, want. And I feel like it sets that thing up. It generally feels like kind of like more realistic, but also in a way, in like TV way, they're kind of pushing it a little bit with like the vaping and everything. It's just like, would that really be in a magical realm? I don't, but I think you should just give it a try. I think the second season will be what fans really want from the original. Like throughout the entire first season, they're giving you small pieces of a puzzle that add up to like what you want as the original, like as like the show you expected. Is it like what you expected is not in the first season, or like what you wanted is in the first season, but it's like pieces of a puzzle that are gonna add up for the second season to be everything you wanted. But they wanted to give you a way stronger and more realistic backstory, and I actually really appreciated that at the end. It's so weird, every time I do this, I'm so wiped out right before I do this, which I've only done this, what, like twice now, but anyway. And then once I like talk, I feel like way more awake. And that's weird because I'm like, again, trying to wind down. So the song I want to talk about this week is Lana Del Rey's Chemtrails Over the Country Club. Okay, I have been listening to that for a while, like for a couple of weeks, but I recently listened to it this weekend, and it just gave me such a crazy vibe and time, and I was just like, whoa, this song is just so crazy. The music video is like a whole like chitty chitty bang bang Gatsby like demonic type deal, and then like if you're in like a drunken state or something, it may like just be like scary. That's kind of it for this week's video. Next week I don't know what we'll talk about. I don't know what I'll happen the rest of this week or once I put this out and everything. I hope you guys have been feeling okay. If you guys have been feeling any way, put it down below and let me know. Wow, I feel like that all just rhymed. This one really isn't my favorite, but yeah, this has been a really great Wednesday. Thank you for winding down with me, and it's been a simply great has been such a delight. Thank you for having me on your screen. Arrivederci.